Hey everybody, welcome back to another reaction. Your boy Lance here for episode 3 of Gnosia. Yeah, Yuri wakes up again from a wrong decision, which will happen to them quite a bit, I believe. And we got new characters, which is crazy awesome to see that as well. This game was also on a Steam sale, which I picked up for like really cheap, but I'm not gonna play it yet because I'm really worried how much the anime is going to adapt in terms of like spoiling myself if I play the game right now. So it might be one of those things where I play the game after the season is done. But then that's the one thing I need to ask people who played the game. Do you feel like we're going to get a full adaptation? Because I have no clue, right? But I did pick up the game. I don't think it's on Steam sale anymore, but if it is, and you haven't, pick it up. Go pick it up. I think it's probably going to be worth it, just from what I've seen so far. But I digress. Let's just dive into the episode and see what we get. Same difference, bud. Shigemichi. No, I do not. Person who's clinging on to me. Stella. Setsu, save me. Save me, Setsu. Please. Now, if we go based off what we've seen last episode, the Stella's going to be the one that's the Gnosia, but that could be a difference, right? So, yeah, you're just beginning your long journey to escape this place. Are we just gonna? It's not hand wavy, a little bit. If like these branches are just Yuri going back in time, and then that's what we're gonna do, or it's something where maybe Yuri is jumping dimensions and alternate timelines and pathways as they. Because if you look at everything like data, right? Data can be moved and transferred, so maybe Yuri's subconscious is being transferred to another body, each in different dimensions or different alternating branches of alternate realities. Yeah, like I said, last episode they talked about alternate branches of time, right? But they did kind of talk about branches of reality, I think. I'd have to go back on that episode, but it's just something you think about, right? If they don't really explain it, I hope they do, but if they don't, it's not going to be the end of the world for me. Because then you have to think about Setsu, what happened with them and their... Yeah, the conditions change. The cat thing is killing me. Oh, okay. That's how they're differentiating who each loop could be. There you go. Okay, so it's still okay. Just the third time. They kept showing different like things, but that's just him thinking. Wait, what? Detecting two. Ah, so we already got the two multiple ones. Yeah, PTSD, still PTSD. He said it. They said it, I mean. Oh my god. Rakio keeps always. There you go. Let's go, Yuri. There you go, Yuri. Let's go. Love it. Yeah, we don't know what your previous thought process was, Yuri. Yeah. And Rakio isn't being super accusatory right now. I really do like how much Yuri is just... Yeah, Yuri is trying to change the situation they're in. Once again, Rakio. If you're too accusatory, it's easy to get people against you. Yeah. Oh yeah, so it can only turn if it's... Yeah, that's a little nugget. But the same thing in other games like that. That means y'all are kind of screwed if you... Oh, yeah, it's just explaining that light was always going to be red. Yeah, exactly. That's true too. There's got to be a loop where Setsu is infected. Yuri, using your head more. I love it. As best you can. Are you drunk, Mr.? Yeah, you're drunk. Way to be a bro. Carrying your drunk friend across. Okay, Stella. Yeah, we figured Stella was head over heels. Okay, so Stella does go by she. Okay. I wouldn't be the one to save her. Helped her when Luan? So that's why she's... My alien bro, it's okay. Still sus, man. I can see Stella being killed here, though. Oh, Setsu's dead. It also could be our bro here. Shigi. I wrote him, his name is Shigi. Yeah. It's over if you send a human to cold sleep now. Yep. We're assuming that the Gnosia work together, right? That's the point. I'm curious. People who played the game. Do the game? Well, I'm assuming it's because it's one like visual novel style storytelling. That the loops are not particularly long, but you'd have to let me know. Yep. Okay, so Yuri's discovering more of that weird gut feel. Okay, calling it a gut feeling, I like that. It's an interesting take. Are you gonna ask them if they're human? Or if you're... Stella didn't confirm anything. Gina? Did it be Gina again? Not confirming it. There it is. It's funny. But how? Yuri, just because you have this gut feeling, you have to convince other people you have a gut feeling. Yes, exactly. You can't just say... Even Stella's backing Yeah. And then once again, going back to Reikio, you'll be... It's too late. You have to be succinct with your... The AI ain't give a shit about your time frames. Ah, Shigemichi's gone. Damn. Oh, damn, the episode's almost over. Shit. Of course. It was Stella. So Gina was the other one. Yep. So the gut feeling worked, but it didn't work for... Well, I want to go back and hope people don't get mad for me pausing and going back, because I'm starting to treat the show a little more like Lord of Mysteries when I want to reread stuff. I may cut out a lot of times where I stop and double check things, but... She says, yes, I swear it, but she didn't say I'm human. Now let's go back to Gina. There it is. So if my theory is correct there, it's because Yuri got Gina to say I'm human. Stella didn't say I'm human. Stella just says, yes, I swear. That was smart, right? That's how you kind of can change that. So if Yuri gets them to declare themselves as human, this gut feeling, this whatever power, this instinct that they have would trigger them in Yuri's mind, right? That they are not human. All right. I think that's a good catch there. I think if that's right, I could be wrong. I could be just completely cooking there, misreading that. Subaru, first time? That's what I'd be like. First time? Engineering. I do like the sped up process, but you don't have to completely... Oh, engineer, based off it's the game. It's the game. Yeah. Okay, way to introduce the next game person. They gotta remind me who the engineer does in this. See, that's the thing. Yeah, thank you for double asking, because I was gonna go back to double check what that meant. Is it like being the... And see if they're... Yeah, so... in werewolf terms, I forgot how they call it. Prophet, a lot of people call it prophet, wizard, seer, stuff like that. In the werewolf terms, the person... Like, okay, I've directed werewolf games before, and I was a werewolf, and I was a prophet, seer, whatever you want to call it, engineer in this case. Basically, the people would go to sleep, close your eyes, turn your head down, whatever you do. It's like, okay, engineer, wake up. Engineer wakes up, points to whoever they think may be the werewolf / the Gnosia at this point. Then the person running the game would say, nod yes or no, right? And then they go out to sleep. The werewolf / Gnosia would wake up, kill whoever they want to kill, and the cycle continues. The problem becomes, though, is if you say, hey, I'm the engineer, or hey, I'm the seer, I'm the prophet, that puts a mark on you. You're immediately going to be sussed, right? By the Gnosia werewolves. However, you can also lie and say, "Oh, I'm the engineer," but then you can have like, people arguing that no, I'm actually. That's I think the brilliance of these kinds of games, like a werewolf, or at this point in this game, like you have stuff like that where it's a lot of manipulation, how you argue, stuff like that. But a little diatribe over. Sorry.
待って。おお、こいつは何かありそうですぜ。エンジニアは
It's me. I literally just said that could be the case.
しかし墓穴を掘ったね。それは自分は嘘つきです。グノーシアですと。
Or you just revealed you're the engineer and they're gonna see are going to go after you.
そうだ。エンジニア権限を持っているのは一人。
Exactly.
つまり僕とラキオどちらか
Exactly. Obviously, we know Reikio's lying at this point.
それはお前にも当てはまるんじゃねえのか。
Who's this dude's voice? I need to look that up.
レビが特定できればいいんだけど。
Yeah.
残念ながら人数以上のことを判定するのは不可能です。
Okay. You can't make the super powerful AI be super powerful AI.
ユーリのこともラキオのこともよく知らないから。私も同様です。特にユーリ様は今初めて声を聞
Yeah.
くので。
Different time branch.
グループでは僕のことを好きではないのか。
Man, that's gotta be so.
え、俺か？安心しろ。俺はお前が本物のエンジニアだと思ってるぞ。
Why would you believe I'm the real engineer, though?
あ、俺の勘は外れね
ではこれより投票に。
Yeah, and you didn't get a chance
選
to.
ばれるのは僕がラキオで間違いない。
Yep.
けど今までの投票結果から考えれば
Considering.
勝機はあるはずだ。
その結果には全員。
Wait. What did you say?
けど今までの投票
Considering how all the other
勝機はあるはずだ。
should have a chance at winning. Sometimes the subtitling between the AI and Yuri's throwing me off.
信じるしかない。
では審判の時間です。
We're gonna get. No, there should be plenty left in the episode. Gnosia. I think
調べ
that's.
られるのは1日に1人。
はい。それとグノーシア対策で機器への負担もあり、
Okay, where
調
did.
べるのに時間を要し、
I get that.
判定す
Okay.
るのは空間転移後になります。
After the warp. Alright.
つまりエンジニアが5人調べようと思ったら5日必要。
Yeah.
普通に考えたらその前にグノーシアはエンジニアを宣言した人間を消そうとす
So
る。
you might be killed here. I have a feeling this might be the
面白い道具です
case.
ね。
ああ、グラファイこれだけ情報があれば何か手がかりが。レビー、
はい。何でしょうか。
一つお願いがあるんだ。
What's the request? And who's dead? Gina.
グノーシアが重道よ。
ん？
結果はグノーシア。
待
重道様が。
待ってよ。もちろんその可能性は否定しないけどよ。ユーリがエンジニアを語ってる場合もあるだろ。
True.
ラキオの方が本物で。
確かに。
True.
慌てるな。冷静に。
Yuri, logic. You got
み
this.
んなにきちんと
Don't be too
伝わるように
accusatory.
僕が本物のエンジニアであることを証明する手段はない。けど、そのことを抜きにしても、君の行動
What was
に
the
は矛盾
contradiction?
がある。嘘があるんだ。嘘。昨日の投票結果を見たんだ。重道、君は僕に投票したんだ。会議ではラキオと対立していたにもかかわらず、
Yeah, but that.
ラキオと二人で僕に投票した。おそらくグノーシア同士先に決めていたんだ。
I
ラキオはエンジニアを語り、僕を調べると言った。僕に権限を
get that's a lead, but
でも失敗して自分が凍ることになった。ふんふん。確かに理屈が
because
通ってますね
inversely,
でもよ。それが本当なら空間転移の時に俺は有利を消しに行かなきゃおかしくないか。エンジニアとして俺を調べることは予想で
see,
きるん
good
だ
good
から。
card argument by Shigemichi there.
だから迷ったはずだ。
But
昨晩、君もみんなの投票
this easily also could be a point where Gnosia sacrificed the other to continue on.
その直感が怖かった。それでジナを消すこと。 僕は君に投票する。
I like Yuri. I mean, I like the thought process. Yeah, Yuri has here, right? It works, but the flaw. There's a flaw to his plan, right? It's not good.
ラキオ、二人がグノーシアで間違いないはずだ。
I think it's Setsu here, just because we haven't had Setsu yet.
頼む、頼む、頼む。
Nope. Oh,
ロシア反応が消滅しました。どうやら勝利したようですね。
really? Wow. Hey, I'm still not wrong about that other reasoning, because you could sacrifice another one.
やった、やった。 ユーリ、
The anime's not over though.
やったよ、やった。これで。
Just because they won doesn't mean, oh, that sucks. That sucks for Yuri, man.
グノーシアを全滅させたんだぞ。ひどかったんだぞ。 それなのに戻るのか。
That's a good, interesting caveat I didn't think about. It's got to be new people again, right? Yep.
が凍りなさい。
ユーリ、
Hi, Ice Princess Queen, whatever you are. Yeah, so once again, poor Yuri got absolutely hosed there. And it's always going to be in the back of your mind when watching the show. It's like, if Yuri is ever right, it's the end of the anime, right? Nope. So Yuri is looping. Maybe it's not necessarily looping as much as earlier in the episode I talked about how maybe they are jumping alternate realities because their data is data and it moves into the next host, right? That's the only thing I can think of. Or Yuri has to fix a bigger problem with the timeline or something, right? That's a good little caveat of another mystery we have to think about. And that whole cube thing that Setsu gave Yuri in episode 1. I want to go back to that real quick too and see that again. But I like how Yuri is developing and playing the game better and more smart, using their head a bit more. The problem, though, is some of that logic leaps they're making can still be out-argued, or in this case, like I said, it doesn't necessarily say that Gnosia will always... I wonder if the AI Levi is connected to a bigger thing as well. But to finish my point, that maybe the Gnosia would sacrifice another Gnosia to try to win the game, right? That is a strategy you could do in these kind of games to do that. I did love Yuri getting their first W off of Reikio, basically, because that's the first person you kind of have to be worried about a little bit because you know how smart they are and how accusatory they're going to be each loop. Now, in this new loop, I wouldn't be shocked if we don't have a Reikio, right? That's the whole point. So the mystery of why Yuri is still looping, even though they won, is going to be an interesting one. And just Yuri's lore in general is very curious because it's going to change each time, though. So I just remember that. Like, yeah, Yuri's lore is going to change each time. Oh, I saved Stella and Luyan. But not anymore. So we don't know what Yuri's original story actually is anymore. We won't really know unless Yuri talks about it once they get their memories back. But I don't think that'd be the case. They did also introduce that if they introduced the multiple Gnosia, which I thought would be a much later thing, right? I figured that wouldn't be a thing until we get like 10 to 15 characters per thing. But now I don't think we're ever going to have 10 to 15 characters per run. We could be wrong. Maybe this run could be 10 to 15 characters. I don't know. But I figured that's when we'd have 2. But having 2 with such a small group does raise the stakes more. And I'm wondering if that's the difference between the game and the adaptation, maybe. it does raise the stakes more because if it gives you less chances to point out who is who, and also though you don't get to know who, if you were right that the Gnosia was a person you put into cold sleep. So just because you put one person to cold sleep doesn't mean that you were right, right? It's like, oh no, they were not the imposter, or they were the werewolf. It's like, oh shit. But they introduced the engineer, which is a special power thing. And once again, they showed perfectly, I think, how that could work and also backfire for you. I don't know. I'll look for it later, but I remember there was like another thing besides the engineer for a job class, I think. Could be wrong. I'll go and double check that in the episode later. I don't want to waste too much of people's times here, so I appreciate y'all watching. I am still curious if we'll ever get a run where Yuri themselves are going to see a. Be very curious. It'd be funny. It'd be interesting, but I don't think that'd be the case. Also, I put in my note that Shigemichi had an accident. Artificial skin. That's crazy. I'm curious if we'll ever learn what that accident is. Yeah, and the other big thing is Yuri's gut instinct thing. I'm pretty confident that my theory might be correct is they can't outright lie factually that they're human or not. Going back to the beginning or the earlier part of this episode where Stella said, yes, I swear it. Didn't say they were human though. Gina says, yes, I'm human. Boom. It triggers my gut instinct, sort of whatever my ability is. That I think that might be the correlation there. Could be wrong, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm sure there's more I missed and all that good jazz. No, I really do love this show a lot. I think it's one of the more interesting shows this season. Definitely a contender for anime of the season for me. Definitely a contender for anime of the season for me. And I'm glad I put this on cam as a shot for you guys. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. Once again, the people who have played the game, let me know if you think it's going to be a full adaptation because I want to play the game. I feels like I should probably wait until after the season's over just so I don't spoil myself because that's what I'd be worried about. Speaking of spoilers, please don't spoil down below. If you have to talk about spoilers, please hit spoiler comment. I've seen some of y'all say, hey, spoiler ahead. I love you. Appreciate you. Because I generally do try to read all the comments. But yeah, so let me know your thoughts down below. I'll talk to you soon in the reaction. Bye.